and said, the best way to learn is to teach. And so I literally got paid to learn and got paid to sort of like practice public speaking also, because public speaking as a chiropractor, depending how you do it, can be very helpful skill. So I kind of like learned how to do that too, you know? And so, yeah, that was kind of it. Like I found myself also being like a facilitator in an adjusting club at we had an MLS club on campus, and so I was kind of, you know, teaching that from the student side also. And yeah, I just like really got into teaching, you know, even though I didn't really know everything super duper well. It was a great process. I really liked it, and I learned a lot. And it seems like the people who I taught learned a lot too. So yeah, that was kind of like where my focus was. And of course, not everybody can go that path. But if you, for the prospective students listening, maybe if you feel brave, maybe you can try something like that. You know, getting paid to learn, right? Being a tutor. So.
It's important that students challenge themselves. Absolutely. I mean, that's the whole premise of this project, is trying to put students in the shoes of people who have either done it before or going through it. We have some student interviews here, but to also just show them what's possible. You didn't know that you would be teaching anatomy. You didn't know you'd be facilitating adjusting clubs, but that's what you ended up doing. And when you look back on your chiropractic student years, those were two of the biggest things you might have done as far as the story of what you really were able to experience outside of passing your classes and preparing for boards and getting your license and completing your graduation sort of requirements. Can you kind of just talk about reflecting back, being a teacher, studying the science really in depth, what that really requires of you beyond just what's asked of you of the tests and exams that typical classes use?
Yeah, yeah. One example that always comes to mind, I don't know why this always comes to mind, but it does. I was taking some what is it called? Board review classes with Irene Gold. I highly recommend them, by the way. Irene Gold is a great board review course. And so the instructor, like constantly, instructors, especially one that I remember in particular, but they all did this to some extent, probably 50 to 100 times per afternoon, they would say, this is how it is on the test, and this is how it is in real life. And oftentimes they were not the same. And I was just like, whoa, you know, like it's just so interesting to hear teaching being put that way, you know, like this is how it is on the test and this is how it is in real life. 50 to 100 times an afternoon, the instructors would say it like this. And so it's super easy as a student to disregard the second half of that statement, you know, and say, oh, I just need to know what's on the boards. Don't bother me with this extra info. I only have so much space in my brain, which isn't true, by the way. Oh, I only have so much space. Oh, I can only handle the first half, which is what's on the exam. That's all I need to focus on. If you're paying attention the whole time that you're in school, not even just in those board exams, but the whole time you're in school, you have opportunities like this to learn, you know. And of course, sometimes it is the same. Sometimes in real life and on the test, it's the same. But sometimes it's not, you know. And so keeping that open focus to like learn some of those differences